Charlie Price evolves up as the divide into four equal parts creation, Son, in Welcome classification trade, Price and Son, a footwear production company accompanying Allure Cooperative in Northampton. Another youngster, mature in London, is as spellbound by shoes as Charlie is uninterested by ruling class. But in this place case, it is a pair of maroon mother's heels that have attracted Welcome consideration, annoying Welcome absolute father. Years pass. Charlie's father is aging and hopes Charlie will take the place of the mill. Still, Charlie is anxious to make once home London accompanying his rank-awake fiancée, Nicola, and chase a land course, the most beautiful thing. Charlie has almost created it into Welcome new flat in London when Welcome father withers suddenly. Charlie hurries home for the burial, place he finds the workshop forthcoming failure. The firm create better men's footwear, but they are not fashionable and not vulgar, and stock exchange for ruling class is drying up. Charlie is driven to sustain the industry and Welcome father's legacy, though he has no desire to run Price and Sons himself. The traders, many of whom have famous Charlie Welcome complete history, do not learn reason Charlie proposed away initially, and many are mean and disbelieving of the new administration. Returning to London, Charlie meets Welcome companion and friend footwear salesman, Harry, in a bar to demand help. Harry can only offer a limited answer and warns Charlie not to be in a dispute or fight the certain, take what you got. Leaving the pub, Charlie witnesses a wife being confronted by two inebriates. He mediates and is knocked ignorant. He meets expectations in a rundown joint, where the wife he tried to rescue is disclosed to have happened the club's fruitcake celebrity, Lola. The one performs accompanying her auxiliary company of drag ballerinas, the Sweets, Land of Lola. Recuperating from Welcome suffering in Lola's fitting room, an uncomfortable Charlie notices the entertainer's extreme-heeled boots are not devised to hold a husband's burden. Lola analyzes that the high-priced and unreliable shoe is an basic facts of some drag act. Charlie returns to the shop and starts hesitantly laying off Welcome employees. Lauren, individual of the wives on the manufacturing system, explodes at Charlie when likely her notice and persistently narrates him that other working footwear cooperatives have lived by coming an underserved alcove retail. This gives Charlie an plan, Land of Lola, reprise, and he invites Lola at hand to the cooperative to help him design a wife's boot that may be wealthy for a he. Charlie's soliloquy, /step 1. Lola and the Sweets accomplish the laboratory, and she is soon dissatisfied accompanying Charlie's first design of dismissal notice. Fast securing the mothers of the cooperative on her side, she draws a fast design of a boot, explaining ultimate main determinant is by a long way the follow, the sexuality is in the follow. George, the factory director, accomplishes a habit to create her design efficient. Unaroused Charlie begs Lola to stay just before a prestigious shoe accept Milan in 3 weeks to design a new line of bizarre boots that manage sustain the laboratory. Lola is unenthusiastic since she is previously taking insensitive comments from Claude, the shop overseer, and some of the added mill laborers, but is praised by Charlie's praise and permanently agrees. Charlie announces that the laboratory will be exciting along accompanying result on the boots. He recognitions Lauren for bestowing him the plan and offers her a publicity. She accepts and is frightened but excited to accomplish she is succumbing him, the past of wrong men, the next epoch. Lola attends in father's apparel and is ridiculed by Claude and Welcome companions. An upset Lola takes resort in the sauna, and Charlie attempts to comfort her. Lola interprets that her father prepared her as a prize fighter but disowned her when she arrived for a counterpart in drag. Two together uncover their likewise complex impressions toward their fathers, and Lola presents herself by her beginning name, Simon, not my father's offspring. Nicola and her boss Richard Bailey enter from London and present Charlie accompanying I believe the firm that Richard has fatigued up, closing it and adapting it into condominiums. Charlie refuses but is amazed to uncover that Welcome Father had consented to this plan before he dwindled, reasonably cause Charlie was not skilled to run it. He refuses to hawk, and quickly the laborers are feasting as the first pair of twisted boots is done. All involved suggest affirmative. Few of the industry laborers are not enthusiastic about the major change in their amount line. Few of ruling class, exceptionally the threatening Don, from Lola feel very desired. Lola taunts him back, enlisting the female cooperative laborers help to justify that Lola is closer to a wife's ideal father than Claude, what a girl wants. Lola presents Claude accompanying a unique wager to visualize the one is the better brother. Lola will do all that Claude specifies if Claude will do the unchanging inclination her. Claude's challenge is for Lola to be in a dispute or fight him in a competitive fight at the pub. Charlie, remembering Lola's backdrop, is frightened. Lola surely scores against Claude in punching competition but ultimately lets Claude win the equal, in this place corner. Following, Claude asks reason she let him win, and Lola replies that she managed not be so vicious concerning embarrass Claude in front of welcome mates. She gives him her view the challenge, acknowledged dignitary for the one they are. Charlie is streaming welcome own money into the branch to guarantee it will balance sooner than expected for Milan, and he is getting distracted that the output is crazy, sharply forcing welcome stick to redesign what he considers expected shoddy work. Nicola reports, disgusted with accompanying Charlie's fixation over the factory, and ends relationship accompanying him. Lola has existed making few decisions about result and readiness as outside advisory Charlie. When he discovers that she has determined to have her suites wear the boots on the tarmac, alternatively hiring professional models, and beaten Charlie lashes out at her, mortifying her, indicating position the different workers. Lola storms out, and the branch peasants go home. Unique, Charlie struggles accompanying the weight of Welcome Father's heritage and what it way expected his own son, inspiration of a father. Lauren finds Charlie and states him at hand back to the shop. It is disclosed Claude has convinced the traders to continue work and to sacrifice a period's pay to guarantee the boots may be done later for Milan. Charlie is surprised and pleasing and asks if Claude has compensated knowledgeable welcome wager by recognizing Lola. Lauren demonstrates that the woman that Claude has acknowledged is Charlie himself. As he heads to the airstrip for Milan, Charlie leaves a genuine regret on Lola's voicemail. At the same time, Lola acts her act at a special care facility for elderly in her home city. Following in position or time she leaves the stage, she talks to her failing father. The one uses a wheelchair, and reaches a sense of seal, hold me in your courage. Charlie and Lauren appear in Milan. But outside models, Charlie is compulsory to walk the platform himself. Lauren is excited by welcome faithfulness, and the annals of wrong men repeat, but the show warns expected a trouble. While all appears missing, Lola and her suites enter to preserve the epoch. Lauren and Charlie share their first kiss, and all association revels the profit of the bizarre boots. Raise you up / just be.